I had some concerns about people sitting down talking about my daughter. Okay? When you talk about my daughter, I'm coming at you guys. You already know that. I don't care who you are. Like I said, I meant what I said and I say what I meant. I'm coming at you. So, the biggest part that I heard, Miss Melanie Cherie Holt, whatever it is, however she pronounced her name. Yep, I'm coming at you, Miss Cherie. My thing is, first of all, you need to learn what an enemy is. Because Tisha's not one of them, period. I may not be answering y'all questions because I came here to talk. I know I should go ahead and get my YouTube channel up so I can say what I got to say and be through with it, and I don't have to answer no questions. That part. Don't never do that. Don't say that. And to call my daughter your enemy? Girl, bye. Name one friend you got, Mel. Just name one friend that you have. First of all, you don't know what an enemy is because you got two biggest enemies I never heard you call them your enemies. And that's your ex-husband and the woman on the side. Your sister wife. Okay? Those are your enemies, sweetie. Girl, get real. What made me so mad at you, Mel? You can remember all of that right there. But it's so funny. You can't remember when a man did fellatio, whatever the word is, on you.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. If you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And we're going to have a reality chat. And this is going to be about Miss Wanda from Love and Marriage Huntsville. She is the mother and mother-in-law to Letitia Scott and Marcel Scott, respectively. But Miss Wanda, she definitely does not get and gain a lot of respect from me, and she doesn't seem to really give a lot of respect to others. And here's what I wanted to talk about. She recently, I believe it was last week, I watched this video that she did where she was addressing Melody after watching the first episode of the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And Melody pretty much said that she does not view Letitia as a friend. She views her as an enemy. And I would have to agree with Melody because after binge watching the previous seasons a few months ago, just to get caught up so that I could get prepared because I planned on watching the new season, I really wanted to see the dynamics of the people and the relationships and those different things like that. And there were just so many situations that I saw things that were said by this woman who is supposed to be the elder. Whether she wants to see herself as that or not, she really isn't, because, you know, someone who is older does not really mean that they have wisdom. And she doesn't strike me as someone with a lot of wisdom, and I'm not trying to be shady about her speech or speech impediment, if you want to call it that. But she, you know, because we know that people who are from the South, which it doesn't mean anything. Being from the South does not mean that you have to be without knowing how to speak properly and having to always have a drawl on your speech, or, you know, speaking with a lot of, and writing with a lot of grammatical errors and things like that. Those things are definitely stereotypes, because I just don't go with that line of thinking just because someone is from Alabama or, you know, whatever. But she says a lot of things where it's like, oh my gosh, I really wish she wouldn't say those things, because she comes across as extremely, I'm sorry, I just have to be honest, she sounds illiterate. I'm not saying that she is, but she sounds illiterate when she says a lot of the things that she says, because the words are not spoken properly. And then, you know, she also says a lot of things that are seen as very old school thinking, where a lot of women have encouraged women to stay in bad relationships, stay in bad marriages. As long as he's taking care of the household and he's taking care of the kids and you got a man, then that's all you need to be worried about. You need to just take care of your man and keep your man happy. And hey, you know, as long as he's coming home to you at night or whatever, don't worry about what he's doing out here in these streets. Miss Wanda is that type of woman, but she's gone back and forth because when the season started, when the rumors were swirling that Martell got another woman pregnant, she said it on the show. And she was sitting there snickering and giggling, and I heard he got that girl pregnant. Like, that's what she sounded like. But she was laughing at it. She was smiling. And, you know, Letitia, she smirked at it. And she said, oh, that's just messy. But when Kimmy had the graduation party for Maurice and for her son, and Miss Wanda showed up uninvited. Okay, she showed up uninvited. Miss Wanda chose that opportunity to address Melody. And Melody, you could tell she was not here for it. She really didn't want to talk about it, but she was trying to be respectful of this older woman who was someone's mother and let her speak, but she just really was not wanting to hear it. So, you know, she got up and she was walking away, and Miss Wanda follows her and she said, you know, you deserve a good man, you don't deserve it or whatever. And Martell, being his narcissistic self, he decided to invade the conversation and he started to curse out this older woman, which I felt was disrespectful, Miss Wanda. And, you know, and he was telling her, you know, you don't need to talk about my business on social media and this and that and the other. Like, you know, he likes to do. He always talks about what people say on social media. It's like, grow up. But anyway, Miss Wanda at that time was following Melody to her car, and Melody was getting into her car and Martell was following them, and Letitia grabs her mom and she's like, you know, come on, Mom, you don't have to worry about that. But the one thing she said, which gets me to my point about Melody being right about Letitia, she said to her mom, Miss Wanda, Mel is not innocent. What the hell was that about? Martell was cheating on his wife and he got another person pregnant, and your response to your mother, who at that moment, whether it was disingenuous or not, was trying to encourage Melody to let her know that she deserves a good man, your response to your mom to not get involved in the situation is to say Mel is not innocent. So I do agree with Melody that I don't believe Letitia definitely is a friend, and I would say that they're not, you know, just, I would say, well, we're not friends, but we're cool, like Letitia tried to say on the first episode of the newest season. I would say that she would be an enemy, because if I have 4 children with my husband, and she knew about it because Letitia threw it up in her face in the first season when they met up for lunch, and Letitia tried to make a joke, and she was like, you know, good luck with your husband, and I believe she said the Mercedes Benz that he bought for the other girl. Who says stuff like that? Yet at that moment, I would say she was an enemy. So all that fake reality show, let's meet up for lunch, let's meet up for drinks, you come over to my house and let's braid each other hair and let's talk about the situation and try to mend fences. No, you say some shit like that to me, we're not friends, we're enemies at that point, and we will be, and we don't have to swing and go for blows with each other, but I definitely would never see someone like that as my friend. So I do believe that Melody is right to say that Letitia is an enemy, period. So for Ms. Wanda to get on social media, do a live video, which, I mean, it's her platform, so she has the right to get on and talk about stuff if she wants to. But for her to get on there and address Melody and say some very disrespectful things about Melody, to say, well, you can remember a conversation that my daughter was having with Destiny in a hotel room, but you can't remember if you cheated on your husband, you can't remember, or whatever. And Melody did not cheat on her husband, and she didn't even have to admit that, but she said, when we were separated, yeah, I was seeing someone else. It's nobody's business what they were doing with each other if she chose to do something with this person. But she said, I was seeing someone, I moved out of the house, we were separated. That can happen where you separate, and when you're separated, you're not together. So sometimes people choose to say, I'm married, even though I'm separated, I'm not going to be seeing anyone else. And some people, they see that as, well, I'm separated, I don't know if we're getting back together, I'm just going to start seeing other people. It is a choice. I'm not saying which I agree with. I'm just saying those are decisions and choices that some people made. But there are people who separate from their spouse and then they decide that they're going to try to work it out and get back together. So they were trying to reconcile. I would say she was trying to reconcile, because Martell doesn't try to do anything. He wants to have his cake and eat it too at all times. So when she finally got the clue that, look, this is not going to work, she made the decision that I am done for good.
Are you going to get an attorney? My attorney said you don't even have an attorney anymore. Like, what are we doing?
Shut up.
You shut up. There's no more shut the ups over here. Sign the papers.
So for Miss Wanda, the older person of the group, who really, I believe, wants to be more of a friend to her daughter than a mother to her daughter, Melody's mother strikes me as more motherly than Miss Wanda does. And I would say even Martell's mother strikes me as more motherly than Miss Wanda does, even though Martell's mother holds his son up in his wrongdoing, which is not a good thing to do, because I believe that is one of the things that has contributed to his narcissism and the decisions that he has made as an adult man. But I digress. I just can't respect Miss Wanda. She may be funny to a lot of people. She may make a lot of people laugh. And yeah, she definitely has said and done some things that is laughable. But can you say that she's a respectable person? And I really can't say that she is, because even when she made the comment to Melody, this was during one of the episodes in the last season, she tried to throw daggers at Melody and to make her feel like she was worthless to any other man because she had 4 kids. And she was trying to encourage Melody to get back with Martell simply to have a man, saying, well, ain't no man gonna want you with 4 kids. What? First of all, who's saying that she even wants to get another man right now? Most people with any type of wisdom and intelligence, besides Kim Kardashian and Jennifer Lopez, who always has to be up underneath a man, when they get out of a toxic relationship, they give themselves space and time to come to grips with what has happened in their life, who they are, getting more in tune with their spiritual being, growing, becoming better. And those are the decisions that I see that Melody has been making for herself and in her life. So for her, she's not trying to be like Miss Wanda, who has a husband and a boyfriend. I mean, who wants to take advice from anyone like that? So Miss Wanda getting online and going on these rants to talk about Melody and bashing Mel because she feels that Mel is bashing her daughter. Like, Melody is just stating the facts of what has transpired in their lives and why she's not going to be fake for the sake of a reality show plot to act like she and Letitia are friendly when she knows that she just can't see it for that girl. And I wouldn't be able to either. I'm sorry. I would not be able to. No, I'm not sorry. Why am I even saying that? I would not be able to. And Letitia is in a marriage with a man who clearly does not really like his wife. And he thinks he loves his wife. I just don't see it. He could very well not be unfaithful, like a lot of people are accusing him of being. I don't know, because no concrete proof has come out to pin him with another woman at any time. But would I be surprised if some proof came out? I wouldn't be, because he just does not seem happy, and he seems like he is one of those people who abides by the line is cheaper to keep her, and just will stick it out and stay in the marriage for the sake of the money and the children, period. And I'll just deal with it. And hey, if I need to do something on the side, on the low, I'll do it when I feel like it. Because this chick ain't going anywhere. And that's just the way I see it. Letitia, I believe she is book smart, has education for sure. But Miss Wanda needs to save the rants going on about Melody and going off, quote unquote, on Melody, and get into some education, get into some literacy, get into some phonics, learn to enunciate, learn to speak words properly, and do the same for your daughter as well. It's just embarrassing, because it honestly doesn't even seem like it lines up where Letitia has the education, the backing of the education and the degrees, but she just doesn't speak well. And it doesn't, we know that does not equate to education, but it really just makes you question, like, what is going on? What is going on? And so wasting time talking about Melody and how Melody was trying to ruin and destroy her marriage. I don't believe that Melody tried to destroy her marriage. Now, do I believe that Melody brought up some situations to just give Letitia pause to think about? Do you really know if your husband is 100% honest and faithful, and use it as a moment to sort of a get back for Letitia coming at her to pretty much revel in the fact that her husband was being unfaithful? Yeah, was she being petty? Sure. But being petty versus, someone celebrating another person's marriage being destroyed, I can't compare the two. I don't believe that Melody tried to destroy Letitia's marriage. And if she gave her some things to think about and said some things to make her think, and she didn't believe it, then it's like, okay, well, moving on. How does she try to destroy your marriage? Trying to destroy your marriage is pretty much lying and saying, like, setting up situations like when Mama Joyce, seasons ago of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, was found out that she was going to pay a man to take pictures of Todd. This is before Candy and Todd got married. To take pictures of Todd with another woman to set him up. That is trying to destroy a relationship. Giving someone pause to think about a situation or situations to make you wonder and make you think, and for you to ask questions of your husband to see if everything is on the up and up, that's not trying to destroy a marriage. That's pretty much just, I would say, yeah, probably being petty, but also giving you reason to maybe think about it. If you think your marriage is so perfect and pristine, and you are reveling in the fact that mine is being dissolved, then how about you look at yours versus you wasting your time, your energy, focusing on what is going on in my household. And that is what I believe more so happened than what Letitia has tried to define it as. And we know that Letitia, in those situations, to be honest with you, someone who calls the Chamber of Commerce the Chamus of Commerce is not that bright. So I don't believe that she's defining it in the way that it needs to be defined. But I don't believe that Melody ever tried to destroy her and Marcel's marriage. So the time that Miss Wanda spends getting online and doing these live videos talking about Melody, it just comes across as pretty shameless. And it makes it look like she and her daughter are jealous of Melody. Period. Because when I saw a live video of Letitia and her husband Marcel talking about the show and how they don't show a lot of things that they're doing versus what Melody is doing, and they were throwing shade, talking about the projects and the products that Melody has versus what they have done, it comes across as looking petty and jealous. But I digress. I'm not going to spend too much more time talking about this, but I would really love to know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Do you think Miss Wanda is someone that you can respect? Is she just a joke at this point? Or do you respect her just because of her age, and do you feel that she has a little bit of wisdom because she's been around the block and she's got a husband and a boyfriend? You let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section.